gaming monitors are cheaper than ever right now because of the holiday deals. However, there are so many options in the market that you might be confused on which one to pick for gaming. With this video, I'll make it easy for you and show you the 5 best monitors, all resolutions included, 1080p, 1440p and 4K. The link to these monitors and bonus ones will be down below in the video description with the latest prices and availability in your region. My name is Valentino. That being said, let's start. With the first one, we have the best budget monitor in my opinion. If you're working with a very tight budget and you have an entry-level computer, this one is going to be perfect, and I'm talking about the AOC G15N. This is a 24-inch, 180Hz 1080p monitor that's going to be perfect for under $100 because of Black Friday, so the price is really appealing. It has a 1 millisecond of response time, it's a frameless monitor, and it's also HDR ready. And the fact that it's a 180Hz monitor means that you can also compete in esports games like Fortnite, Valorant or CS2 at high frame rates and enjoy a smooth level of gaming performance. I mean, when I switched from 60Hz to 144Hz, it was a complete different world, and this is 180Hz, so it's even more than 144Hz. So there's not much more to say. If you just need a gaming monitor for under $100, this is going to be the perfect one for you, and I don't think there's any competition in the market at this price point compared to the features that this monitor has. With the next one, we have, in my opinion, the best 1440p value gaming monitor in the entire market. So if you're looking to play at 1440p and you have a decent PC that can run games at 1440p, by the way, I will be talking about the best PCs for this monitor later on this video, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, this is the Gigabyte M27Q. I actually grabbed this one before Black Friday for around $240, and right now it's going for $180. The reason why this monitor is so good for the price is because it's a 1440p 165Hz monitor that has a 27-inch display, so it's ideal for a 2K monitor. Then you have a 0.5 milliseconds of response time. This monitor is very fast, and I gotta say that the colors are very accurate, and the reason why is because it has an IPS panel. So really good panel, really good quality actually, and $180 is a very cheap price for a 1440p 165Hz monitor. And again, if you have a decent system, you can play esports games, high refresh rate, and you can also enjoy high demanding games because of the color quality from this monitor. Now, if you have a higher end PC, you can also pair it with this monitor. Let's say you had a $2,000 budget and you decided to spend most of your budget in your PC and you spent around $1,700 or $1,800 in a PC, then getting this monitor is completely possible and you will enjoy a very nice level of performance regardless. So spending less for this monitor does not mean that you will be getting any less quality compared to other monitors. However, if you really want to compete in those esports games at higher frame rates, then I do recommend you getting the next one, which is a bit more expensive, in the Omen 27QS. I have tested this monitor and it's a 240Hz 1440p monitor. So again, if you're looking to compete in those esports games like Valorant, CS2 or Fortnite, and then you also want to play high demanding games and have a beautiful picture quality at 1440p resolution, then this one is going to be better than the Gigabyte I mentioned before. However, it's quite more expensive and you will end up spending $310, which in my opinion, it is still a very fair price. I mean, last year this monitor was going for around 500 USD, so right now for 310 is very cheap, especially considering those 240Hz that you get in this monitor. It's also G-Sync compatible if you have an NVIDIA graphics card and you don't want any tearing in your screen. So overall, this monitor has all the technologies that you will need. I also like the Omen software. I have tested it in many different Omen products, and the software is one of my favorite features for any Omen product. By the way, this monitor has a 1 millisecond of response time, so it's very fast as well, and for $300, in my opinion, it's a no-brainer. Now, if you're looking to play at 4K resolution, usually people think that 4K is very expensive, and it is quite expensive for the most part. However, this monitor is actually very cheap for a 4K monitor. I mean, it's not the cheapest monitor ever, but it is very cheap compared to other 4K monitors, and I'm talking about the HP Omen 27K. I have tested tested this one myself as well, and it's a 4K 144Hz monitor, so you can also play esports games and enjoy a high FPS experience. But the most important part here is that you are getting a 4K monitor with beautiful colors, an IPS panel by the way, so very accurate. And on top of that, the price is only around $370 because of Black Friday. Keep in mind that it's already 18% claimed, so if you want to get a 4K monitor at this price point, you have to hurry up, and if you see it on this sale, I will recommend you buying as soon as possible. Honestly, for $370, I don't think 4K is that expensive anymore. The only expensive thing about 4K are the PC components, but I mean monitors are getting cheaper and cheaper as the time goes by, and this Omen 27K is an insane monitor in terms of price to performance, especially for a 4K one. And by the way, it's also pretty fast with a 1 millisecond of response time. And then if you want the best monitor for esports games and you want to compete at the highest level, then I recommend you getting the next one, which is from Alienware, and this one is a 24-inch 1080p 500Hz monitor. So if your PC can handle esports shooters at 500 plus FPS on average, and you really want to compete in these games, you want to be the best player or at least train for it, then with this monitor you will be able to take advantage of every FPS possible, and you will be unlocking your full potential. Now, will you be a pro if you buy this monitor? I mean, if you are trash at the game, probably not. But of course, if you train every day and you have this monitor, you will have an advantage over your opponents, which is always very powerful. But just keep that in mind, just because of buying this monitor, you will not be a Fortnite pro. Now, this one is also very fast with a 0.5 millisecond of response time, and it is going on a Black Friday deal for $450, and even after this deal, this monitor is not cheap. But again, if you are taking esports seriously, then I recommend you getting it if you have the budget to buy it. I mean, it is one of the fastest monitors in the entire market, and it is quite cheaper compared to other 500Hz monitors. Remember that in the video description you will have bonus monitors for different budgets and resolutions. For example, you will find a 360Hz 1080p monitor that is not as expensive as a 500Hz one in case you want to compete in esports games at a cheaper price, and you will also find the highest end monitor out there in the Omen Transcend 32. This is a 32-inch 4K OLED monitor that I have been testing lately. It is this one right here, and trust me when I say this is the best monitor I've ever seen. It is very expensive though, but if you're looking for the best of the best and you have the highest NPC out there, I do recommend you investing in this monitor if you want the best experience in terms of colors and also in terms of esports games, because it has a 240Hz display as well. And keep in mind that you need the right PC for each monitor. So if you have a decent PC but it cannot handle 1440p or 4K, getting a 1440p monitor, even if it's cheap, is not going to make sense, and your games might be laggy, which is the worst gaming experience that you can have. So if you want a new gaming PC for the right monitor, I do recommend you checking my video on the best Prebuilt gaming PCs with discounts as well. You can find that one in the top right corner of the screen, and you will have an option for all budgets and resolutions there. So I highly recommend you watching it if you want the right computer for the right monitor. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.